everyone. This is 14th edition of KhetiValah dialogue on millets, cultivating health and future prospects in our food system. Today's dialogue will be led by two panelists, Dr. Shekhar, a researcher and a professor from Pandit Jaishankar, Telangana State Agriculture University, and Manjunath Ji, who both together will bring all the dimensions of millets, both research as well as practical deployment point of view. We have with us Sri Govardhan Rao Garu from Dallas, friend from United States. They are also excited about KhetiValah. And so I'll just get started introducing KhetiValah first. So we are like a one of a kind agri-tech application. It's an app, like an Android app. It's also made available in Apple iOS. I downloaded it in 1 minute, and it helps you to know who are the farmers in the application, who are the niveshaks. We will explain the word niveshak shortly. We know that without farmers, none of us will have a food on our plates. So as a gesture of gratitude to the farmers' hard work, we started this initiative to make their life easy and to make agriculture more tech-enabled and digitally enabled, so that the future of agriculture will be more profitable to the farmers. We want to make it like an all-in-one solution where all the financial support and procedures and knowledge and market, every access is provided to the farmers. So for that, we came up with a few initiatives. Kheti Corner is a marketplace, like, minimum support price. Farmers want to not get too much middlemen spoiling their financial viability. Next is a Kheti Kendra, where we select a few mandal. In India, we have mandal Vikas Kendras. In some of the selected mandal Vikas Kendras, we keep Kheti Kendras, where there is a knowledge exchange and a connection to the people who are stakeholders in agriculture. We want to recognize people, Kheti Purashkar, those who do good work in this industry, to recognize them annually. We conduct a summit, and probably Purashkar can also be inside the summit as one of the day's events. Kheti Kosha is looking at some land, something like a land bank in English. There we want to do win-win opportunity for those who have a surplus land in India and they may be settled in Canada, UK, or USA. They don't want the land to be just underutilized. India has 179.9 million hectares of land. How much of that are we effectively utilizing is the research topic of interest for KhetiValah. Dialogues, we have been doing it. This is the 14th episode in English, and already Tamil and Telugu and Hindi is also going to be launched next Monday. There is a 24/7 agri news and YouTube channel where all that we do is recorded digitally. Kheti Kalyan is interaction between farmers and those who want to invest on the farmers. That is the opportunity we create, bridging the gap between them. Whatever I explained is again mentioned in the text. Whichever is of your interest, just go through them, take a snapshot of it if you will. I will not read every line. And we also participate, actually, will hide the bar that is hiding your view, hide the floating control. So we participate in kind of third-party services for farmers, like finance, fertilizers, pesticides, marketing support, auction. We do insurance. We work with Agriculture Machinery Manufacturers Association, AMMA, and we help you to get the right machines and right spare parts. And we help the farmers to get training. Every of our dialogue is also kind of training. We provide guidance and support in the local language. That's why we are doing dialogues in many local languages. We work with various state and central governments for the seeds and the crops, the right seeds for a particular activity you want to do. We help in the borewells that are required for your farming, and we use precision farming, and I have a textbook authorship along with Dr. Gayatri Fade and Dr. Subha from Nashik and Amity, Lucknow. So we have written precision farming, so we guide you in that aspects using drones, etc. Dialogues, I already started. This is English dialogue where we bring subject matter experts. Like today, we have Dr. Shekhar from Pandit Jaishankar's Agriculture University, Telangana State, and Sri Manjunath sir from Karnataka State. So I have contributed to the agriculture industry by developing a standard for the drone that is in the Bureau of Indian Standards. I worked for a short service in Indian Air Force as well as long service in telecommunication industry, and now these are all required for the drones, and drones can be used in the agriculture as well. So the world is now short for me. All the experience that I have in various industries, I can bring it to the agriculture now. We bring in one magazine that is bi-monthly currently with these, whatever we have, the activities that KhetiValah does are mentioned in the magazine. In addition to that, there are some special focus topics like Agri Queen, women in agriculture, and farmer producing organizations, and as spotlights. Several such things are there. We encourage you to look at our magazine also. These are the stalwarts, knowledge, people with immense experience and expertise in from space to defense and aeronautical engineering. All of them finally converge to help the agriculture finally. So we have now agriculture is no more a one farmer's business. It is high technology where you use biotechnology, we use space, robotics, and drones also today. We have several experts who have given their knowledge and shared their wisdom and experience during our journey. And recently we launched dialogues in Telugu. For example, I mentioned Sri Chintal Venkat Reddy, Potim Reddy Sudhakar Reddy Garu, MCV Prasad Garu, and some more people. Like yesterday, we have Sudha Reddy Garu in Telugu. We have done the presenter of today, the first speaker of the day, Dr. Shekhar Kalula, is a scientist and a professor in Pandit Jaishankar Agriculture University, Telangana.
Dear organizers and co-speakers, and to all the participants, a very good evening. I am thankful for the welcome remarks and a brief introduction of mine by Dr. Kishore sir. And today I am here not just as an expert in my field. Let all of us strive for a dialogue for future collaborations also. So this is a uh, status of micronutrient malnutrition across the world. So especially the micronutrients and secondary nutrients. In case of micronutrients, iron and zinc, and also in case of secondary nutrients, calcium deficiency risk is increasing, especially the low income and middle income group countries also having this hidden hunger distribution around the world. And in the recent statistics, ours is rank India ranks triple one in case of global hunger index. So if you see the malnutrition status, especially the our this millets, the word millets go way back, it goes way back thousands of years, especially the finger millet. There is a history of cultivating in a Harappan civilization also. So with this present malnutrition condition, so here there are global strategies to address this malnutrition status, especially the fortification, supplementation, balanced diet. So in this case, the millets having the very good potential to overcome under these global strategies, especially if you see the nutrient composition of millets. in case of compared to other cereals, especially rice and wheat. So these millets are rich in protein and other nutrients, especially the calcium and iron and other vitamins also. So if you see this table, the finger millet, especially the finger millet ragi, is having a 3 times higher calcium and bioavailability compared to milk, the source of uh, this one calcium. And if you see the calcium content, especially in case of finger millet, it is 350 milligrams per kg. And if we compare with the daily the egg, it can be treated as a source of calcium also. So if we compare with eggs, so 200 grams of egg, it contains around 250 grams each. It is having about it will provide around 56 milligrams of calcium, that is 6 times to the egg source, especially for providing this calcium, this finger millet is providing. So like this, the other mm, nutrients, micronutrients also having a higher content, especially in case of millets compared to rice and wheat. So the special character with the millets having a low glycemic index also, we will see that especially the different types of millets categorized under major and small millets. So in this in the recent past, we are seeing in the newspapers, the south, the diabetes is especially the type 2 diabetes is a major public health issue, especially in case of South Asian countries. And the Hyderabad is becoming a hub for the diabetes. So to address this issue also, this millets compared to other cereal crops like rice and wheat, it can serve, and it can, as in these millets are having a special characters with a low glycemic index. So this will be around less than 50, and it helps to prevent the type 2 diabetes in case of these millets especially. So if you see the biofortification strategy across the world, it is a global strategy, one of the global strategy apart from to overcome the malnutrition. So here the biofortification, it can be a biological, so and another agronomic fortification is also possible. So with the low cost and sustainable intervention to complement the efforts of address malnutrition, here are two interventions from the scientific institution, that is uh, uh, Dhanshakti is one of the pearl millet cultivar in India, released during 2013, and it is becoming popular. And Parbani Shakti from the nutrient rich sorghum cultivar, released in India during 2018. It is also gaining popularity among the farming community, especially in case of Maharashtra and Gujarat. So if you see the nutrient content in this case, these two cultivars, so these two cultivars are released by in collaboration with ICRISAT in the scientific institutions. So these are having high iron content, especially the Parbani Shakti is having around 42 milligrams per kg of seed. This is 7 times higher than the traditional sorghum cultivars. And if you see the zinc content in this Parbani Shakti cultivar, it is ranging around 25 milligrams per kg of seed. So like this, the biofortification will also address the malnutrition uh, problem, especially the countries like developing countries. So in this case, the importance of international years, as international years designated by United Nations. So this, by having this type of international years, it will mobilize the various scientific organizations and various stakeholders to focus on these particular themes. So especially in case of 2023, if you see the importance of this millets, by recognizing our proposal, and this, it helped a lot if you see the International Year of Millets designated as a 2023 as an International Year of Millets by United Nations um, Forum. So Government of India in 2018, millets were rebranded as Nutri Cereals. So you know very well the 2018 year declared as a National Year of Millets by Government of India. So it is a major part under NFSM scheme also. In few states, they have given this under PDS system also gaining popularity. So in this way, the International Year of Millets promote a greater production and consumption of millets. It will create awareness and mobilize various organizations. So based on our proposal from India, supported by 72 countries, United Nations General Assembly declared 2023 as an International Year of Millets during 2021. So after that, the Government of India also taken a lead and organized this International Year of Millets by involving various stakeholders and scientific institutions across the world to make it a people's movement so that Indian millets and its value-added products are becoming popularized globally. And if you see the uses, multiple uses of our millet components. So millets, these are the versatile grains, and it will serve as a food for humans and feed for livestock especially in case of poultry industry, and it will provide fodder in for cattle, livestock, and especially in the dairy industry. So if you see the specialty characters and the special attributes, especially in case of sorghum, in a example, I can brief the different typical characters of this sorghum. So sorghum, it can be grown for as a sweet sorghum, grain sorghum. Within the grain sorghum, white grain sorghum, yellow pericarp sorghum, and red sorghum. Of course, it is used for feed and fodder. So the sorghum crop can be grown for bioethanol production also in recent past, and sweet sorghum, it is gaining popularity. And in few traditional areas, this sorghum, fodder sorghum, is also a popular type. So like this, so many multiple uses are there with the um, millets, especially other uh, types. So if you see the present status, especially in case of India, the area under millets in India since 1962 and after 1990s, it has drastically gone down. So after the initial phases of green revolution also, especially wheat and rice they took part. And in case if you see the production of millets also showing downward trend after 1960s. So with the involvement of various scientific institutions and R&D programs and international institutes and development of few technologies, but the productivity of the millets is in increasing trend. That is a good sign of millets in a productivity. If we see the case, especially in case of Telangana state, the importance of especially in the sorghum area. So compared to adjoining states, during Rabi season, uh, during this particular Rabi season, present Rabi season, it has reached around 230,000 acres only in case of Telangana, compared to season normal areas, that is 1.2 lakhs only. So it is almost double in case of area increase. That is a good sign for Telangana state. So in this a way, the because of this market price and health awareness on consumption of these millets, especially sorghum and other millets also, the so with that statistics, the climate resilient and nutritional importance of these grains. So around 17 million hectares area and 18 million tons production recorded. And in case of millets, the major millets, pearl millets, sorghum, and small millets, and other finger millet. Mostly these three occupy around 15 million hectares area. So in this, the supply, it is matching, it has to be matched with the demand. So the animal feed and fodder is also a major concern for having this area in production, not only in terms of grain. So if we see the millet production, it is in a decreasing trend with so many factors involved. So I can brief those factors and the reasons for having the decreasing production in the especially in Indian subcontinent. So the reasons, in few states, the increase in area and production productivity go with the adoption of improved high yielding varieties as per soil type and agricultural practices. Especially in case of grain sorghum, there is a very good positive trend with the inclusion of hybrids with a very good fertilizer response and input response, with a maximum yield potential, grain yield, and strengthening of stakeholders farmers in seed production distribution to the offer higher price, that is a better price at a farm level also. So it is gaining popularity and a growing market demand upon health awareness, as I mentioned. So few of the reasons for declining area in adjoining states of Indian subcontinent. So the major factor is weather conditions, the unfavorable weather conditions, especially during this season in and around southern states. The stress is becoming a major problem, became major problem during a Rabi season. So the yields, lower yields, maybe that is one of the major factor for having lower yields, such as a drought and excessive rainfall during Kharif season also. This will add for a declining in area. Of course, the high input costs making cultivation less economically viable. If you see the uh, productivity in terms of labor cost involved, so the area, so there is a possibility for mechanization in this millets, so to overcome this input cost. Especially the area has been taken over by commercial crops in the during recent past because of improved irrigation facilities. So the major part, especially the rice is ecosystem is gaining much, occupying much area. So in this, if you see the millet producing states, uh, of course, the Rajasthan is occupying highest area uh, in northern belt, and followed by Maharashtra, and in southern states, the Karnataka is occupying higher. So some institutions and organizations and state governments, they are actively involved and allocating the budget for strengthening of this linkage, especially the governments like Odisha and Telangana and adjoining states. They have given the importance for soil fertility assessments. So with this, developing of maps, remote sensing based maps for nutrient status and capacity building programs, and establishing and strengthening of these soil testing laboratories at village and mandal level. So this will results, definitely the impact will be there with this all the activities of state governments and various institutions. The yield there is, in case of Orissa, the yield benefit ranges up to 60%, especially in the outreach programs and nutrient and best management practices in the farming community, and benefited more than 2 lakhs farm families also. So like this, the millets having a very good potential for exports. So if you see the statistics around the um, economy, it will add to the Indian economy. But of course, if you compare with the other products like basmati rice and spices and condiments, definitely it will be low. But in if you see the recent trend in the last 5 years. Around 200 startups are producing value added products of millets, and around 20 of them have started exporting in small quantity to the adjoining countries, and especially the Arabian countries and USA. So more than 31 FPOs also actively involved, having value added products in India as per the recent statistics. So if you see the country wise Indian millet exports, definitely the according to the Director General of Commercial Intelligence and Statistics, as per the latest statistics, the United Arab Emirates is occupying highest in case of Indian millet exports. So they are contributing our economy. It is around 365 crores of rupees. So later on, the other countries like Saudi Arabia, Nepal, and USA also importing millets from India. So the major varieties of millets exported by India, uh, especially the bajra and ragi, proso millet as a and jowar. Of course, jowar maximum consumption for our domestic needs within India. So the production is high, but the consumption is also high for the case of jowar. So if you see the India's major millet exporting countries, as per the statistics, it is evident that United Arab Emirates and Nepal, Saudi Arabia, and USA are importing from India, especially millets and millet-based products. If you see the major millet importing countries in the world from the other countries, Indonesia is importing maximum millets from the adjoining countries, and Belgium, Japan, Germany, like so and so. So if you see the India's millet exports analysis, because here I am mentioning the statistics along with the figures to get the participants awareness on potential of this millet exports in a future trends. Especially the millets market is projected to grow from its current value and up to $12 billion by 2025 based on current trends. So in India may be able to target the market segments of adjoining countries like Japan, Indonesia, and Germany, Belgium. And there is a huge export demand for millets and value added products among the Indian diaspora and the various adjoining countries. If you see the various products, especially the demand driven products concept to develop sustain small scale enterprises, especially for self help groups also, there are a number of products. So it can supplement and it can add the nutritional sources, and it can replace a few of the costliest recipes like oats and other with the ragi flakes. So these are of course I am also taking those few products every day, and the ragi flakes we can replace with other oatmeals and costly other recipes. So the value added products commercialization and research and development, especially with the linkage with farmer producing organizations and farmer producing companies and small scale enterprises. So definitely it will set up for food quality control and food safety standards supports, including FSSAI norms they are following, and with the label information. These are the few products. So in this case, there is a to overcome this post-harvest management constraints, we to have the very good processed products. So in this millet component, the processing and post-harvest under post-harvest management is a major challenge. So to overcome this problem, various institutions like CIFE and other in engineering related institutions, even IITs also, they have developed very good small machineries with patented technology, patented once. So this will serve the rural communities, especially women self-help groups, so to have the very good produce for their under value chain product development. So these are the some outcomes, and through millet model, so we can have this various strategies to identifying the markets and collective purchase of inputs from various sources, and with the least uh, efforts, and marketing of produce in bulk. So there are very online and e-commerce websites are also there to have this various strategies for reaching the consumers directly from the producers. So there, if you see the potentials of millets, the millets are a tool for doubling of farmers' income. Of course, it is a central government policy, and it can fit into the various cropping systems to have the value-added products. With that, not only from the crop component, they can have the additional income from the value-added products, like as I mentioned. So here there is a crop diversification with the changing climate scenario. So of course these millets are very resilient and versatile in nature. It can sustain to the higher temperatures, especially the pearl millet. Without having a yield loss, it can grow well, even the temperatures more than 40 degrees centigrade also, without having any much yield loss. So the millets will play a key role in changing climate scenario, and this will become the future foods in a present scenario and condition, and making marginal lands remunerative, and it will provide an opportunity for self-help groups and FPCs, FPOs, and nutritional security, dietary diversification for a small help groups members also. So these are the various stakeholders, FPOs and FPCs, for their strategy to have the various value-added products in existing, and they can plan for having these various food-based startups. So as I mentioned, more than 31 FP farmer producing organizations and FPCs, they are working on millet, and they are gaining popularity, and they are even few of the FPOs, they are exporting to the adjoining countries also. So especially in case of Orissa and a part of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, Karnataka and Maharashtra, many help us small and medium scale and women based self-help groups. They have taken up as a different various recipes and preparations of cookies and bakery items they have established, and they are running very well. And from our institute also, the community science has played a very good role in establishing self-help groups on value-added products, especially in case of Nalgonda and Mahbub Nagar districts, with low resources, natural resource capacities. They are running successful models, and they are gaining popularity in the adjoining districts and in and around Hyderabad, with the tedious efforts of our scientific community, and especially our community science people. They have made very good efforts. So in this way, the small millet processing units, ready to eat snacks, and various ICR institutions, especially IAMR, they are having their own brand and eat right brands. So like this, the Odisha, we can take an example of this very strong small self-help groups. They are for having the focus on post-production value addition, and net this consumption of millets, and brand establishment, especially with the market linkage, especially the e-commerce websites also. So here we are also part of it, in that especially under we are also part in developing various agro technologies in farming community in and around Vikarabad, and establishing of units from our other centers. So these are the proven technologies under agro technologies which will increase the productivity, especially the scientific evidences are there in farm practices. And there is a very good possibility to have the good crop response, especially in the millets under natural farming practices. Also we are conducting research trials. We can see the results under natural farming practices, because the millets, especially the sorghum, it is grown under low input management. So the crop response will be there for this various practices, especially this natural farming practices. Also we have to we are working on it, and the response will be in a we will conclude in a few more years. So we are having a very successful farm stories on millets, especially in the production and value addition, and in terms of plant protection also. So in this, if you see the scope with the present trend, as I mentioned, there are more than 31 FPOs actively involved and producing various recipe and branded products. So with the financial assistance, we can they are getting financial assistance from NABARD and NCDC and state governments especially. So there is a financial assistance scheme from here I would like to mention, from export oriented products, especially the APEDA is helping and mentoring the few FPCs and other firms in the development of export infrastructure and quality development and market development, and some mentorship. So you can have this site for various details. So if you see these are the few aspects in millet present trend and future prospects. So with the presentation, I can have my concluding points. So the critical part of agri food systems will be under millets. As far of course they will have the food for human and feed and fodder for livestock and millet, the other animals. So crop diversification and fitting short duration millets into various cropping systems, it will be a key for a changing climatic scenario. So in the ecosystems, the cropping systems, it will fit well. And with the practices of landscape betterment based management and climate resilient technologies to overcome the climate changing scenario, and decentralized processing plants. So this will needs to be in a community basis. And millets consumption reduces malnutrition, and it can enhance India's status under global hunger index. So we can go with this. And India sees the international year of millets 23 as a great opportunity to mainstream nutri cereals into the diets of people. As I mentioned in the today's deliberations and discussions with the Honorable Prime Minister, with the Bill Gates, as he mentioned the importance of millets, especially the contribution from India with the delegates in the afternoon session also. So the small help groups, women help groups to run hotels. There are we are seeing in urban area millet-based products, millet-based breakfasts, and even especially the lifestyles brunch has came into the picture. So there are various new adaptations and new methods to involve all these stakeholders. There is every possibility, and building of sustainable millets value chains in India by involving all stakeholders. With the future technologies like we involving various agri-based startups, especially young professionals, and with the involvement of the unmanned aerial vehicles, that is drones, we can overcome the problem of this labor, and we can timely operations with this. So here I would like to conclude my session for this KV dialogue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shekhar. Let me take this opportunity to, on behalf of KhetiValah and our audience, a small gesture of appreciation to the speaker, first presenter, Dr. Shekhar, and we'll come and meet you, sir, sometime in the course of time. Thank you. Scientist of agri-related studies from university, and he's also professional teaching there. And there is a Indian Council of Agriculture Research and international millet related works. He has been a senior expert, and especially on sorghum, Rabi, and he has done a lot of work for the International Year of Millets, and acknowledged for his proficiency in that area. Yeah, now we will have continuation of the discussion that you have seen the research perspectives, and then as an entrepreneur, suppose some of you are maybe interested to start a millet business. I keep working with a lot of millet entrepreneurs in Karnataka state and Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, etc. Here is an example of an entrepreneur, Milletpreneur. Just read out a little bit of write-up about him. He is a graduate with science background and a marketing skills. I met him many times, and he works closely with the KVK officials and University of Agriculture Sciences. And he is quite well known for his work in the millets food products. In the heart of innovation and sustainability in agriculture, a new wave of entrepreneurship is taking place, the rise of the milletpreneur. As global communities pivot towards healthier and more sustainable food choices, millets have emerged from the shadows of underutilization to become the stars of the agriculture and nutritional world. Milletpreneur is the forefront of this transformation, revolutionizing how we grow, consume, and perceive the ancient grains that our ancestors used to consume before the Britishers have started to dominate the rice and wheat production for their own requirements. Okay, may I now request Sri Manjunath Garu to take us through his
Yeah, yes, sir. Good evening, organizers, the moderator, Lieutenant Dr. Kishore sir, Dr. Shekhar sir, and all the participants. As you know, millets are the group of, as you are well aware, that millets are a group of small whole grains grown in Asian, mainly grown in Asian and African countries, are considered as an ancient, grain, and it has been domesticated since 4,500 years BC. Millets are good source of protein, fiber, key vitamins, and minerals. And after the maybe our millet man of India, Kadravali says, after the Green Revolution, growing up, even though we have fulfilled the requirement of food grains in the country, but modern diseases are have increased, particularly because of use of wheat and rice. And these are all the millets we were using it by our forefathers were using it. That's why they were living it for living a healthy life for a longer period. For example, they used to live without they were not knowing about diabetes or major lifestyle diseases like even the cancer, blood pressure. Even though it was there, it was in a very less number, and it was unknown to be frank with you. But nowadays it is everywhere. Suppose you find one, your next door you'll find all disease. Your next to next door you'll find all disease persons in a bunch. That means that is again because of our food habit. As you know, health benefits of millets are, one is protecting cardiovascular, health, regulating your blood sugar. That means lowering, helps in weight management, and manages good health. That means, as we are using it, regularly, suppose you use it, let us make it as a regular habit to use millets in our daily diet. It can protect us from cardiovascular diseases. It can help us in regulating low, blood sugar, helps in weight management. As you know, obesity is the main reason for majority of the diseases that can be checked by using millets. And if everything is good, that is your weight management is good, and obviously you are managing your health. According to our millet man of India, Mr. Kadravali, all millets are classified into three groups, like positive millet, neutral millets, negative millets. What are positive millets? Millets having a positive impact on our health. That means that is because of because of their nutritional value. Millets will have a positive impact on our body. That is called positive millets. Millets are also called as miracle grains because of their nutritional value. Millets are rich in protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. They are particularly high in iron, magnesium, and phosphorus. That means in one grain, all you will get everything. Vitamins will get it, proteins you will get it, carbohydrate. Sorry, the fibers you will get it. One, it is the powerhouse of powerhouse. You will get everything in one particular in all millets. The benefits of first millets is it helps us in weight management, keeps your blood sugar low because as very slowly food is digested, glucose is released very slowly, thereby it keeps your blood sugar levels low, boosts your immunity, and reduces cardiovascular risk, prevents asthma. For example, if you take millets like foxtail millet, that is very helpful in preventing asthma, helps in digestion. That means, as helps in digestion, it prevents constipation and all. These are all the main benefits of our positive millet. Neutral millet, mainly neutral millet means here fiber dietary fiber percentage is around 3 to 6%. It is not high as positive millet, but here it is very it is in between. In between the positive and the negative, these neutral millets will come. Sorghum, pearl millet, finger millet are called the neutral millet. But here they don't. Even though we don't get much of a benefit from the as much benefit as we get it from the positive millet, in neutral millet we don't get, but we don't get any negative effect on our body. There are 5 positive millets like foxtail millet, brown top millet, little millet, barnyard, and kodo. These are all positive millets. They are very useful to our body. It helps us in maintaining our health. Where grains containing less than 2% of the dietary fiber are called negative millets. It is better not to use this kind of millets. Millets, that is rice and wheat. It affects our health, as you know.
Just my comment is so rice and wheat are also classified as millets. Normally we say chirudanyalu in local language. So in fact, in the language of millets, rice and wheat are also negative millets. Yes.
Yeah, and actually, Sirudanyalu or Siridanya, all 5 positive millets are called Siridanya. They are rich in benefits, rich in health aspects. But these are all the negative millets. We can call it as. Yes, sir. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah, 1 minute. Previous this one. We have to consume millets regularly. That means, suppose if you use it today and leave it for tomorrow, it is of no use. Suppose if you use millets regularly, there is a vitamin B, vitamin B3. It is also called a niacin, which is important for health, healthy skin, and it helps in organs to function, and it helps us in supporting our immune system. Thereby, it is better to use 1 millet per day continuously. It is better not to skip one day. Thereby, continuous usage of millets will provide us good, give us good health, good benefits. Benefits of individual millet. Foxtail millets. The benefit of foxtail millet is it helps in regulating blood sugar, helps in feeding mothers, helps in overall growth of a child, helps in aged people's health protection. Benefits of fox millet is this. And kodo millet is purifies blood, helps in bone health, helps in diabetic patients. This is the benefit of kodo millet. Little millet. It helps in diabetic, helps in curing menses related issues and genital related issues also. Brown top millet. Right? We call it as Korla in Kannada. Helps in digestion, helps in constipation curing, helps in obesity. That means it helps in bringing down the obesity and helps in regulating the blood sugar. And we make rotis out of this millet. Like for example, we make rotis out of brown top millet, foxtail millet, ragi. These are all very helpful and very easy to consume. No, I'll tell you about it in the next coming the slides. Proso millet helps in reducing the cholesterol, helps in lowering the blood sugar, helps in skin health. This is the benefit of proso millet. Pearl millet helps in reducing obesity, lowers cholesterol, good for bones and eyes, rich in folic acid. Even in some cancer, cancer curing also pearl millet plays an important role. That I can tell you later. Helps in bones health, controls blood sugar, rich in folic acid. Great millet is also called as jover. Helps to increase the bone density, helps in cardiovascular diseases. Yeah, why millets are more relevant today and tomorrow? Because we are having major issues. Like for example, why we have to consume millets and we have to depend on the millets is because of three reasons. One is emerging health problems, malnutrition, as Dr. Shekhar sir told, explosion of the population, climate change. These are all the main reasons why you have to depend on millet again and again. Yeah, in emerging health problems, for example, India is becoming a diabetic capital. It has around 100 million confirmed and or undiagnosed cases of diabetes. It is expected to double next 20 years. As you know, these are all the main reason why the diabetic patients are increasing. That is because of consuming of unpolished rice and wheat. Sorry, polished wheat and rice, and we are using unpolished rice and all. And same way in the world population, around half a billion people are suffering from diabetic. In next 30 years, it will become 1.3. It will be double to 1.3 billion. To avoid emerging health issues, like for example, not only the diabetics, it even cardiovascular diseases, hypertension, cancer, all this, these are all lifestyle diseases. That is again because of consuming of non-consuming of millets. By consuming millets, we can avoid this kind of problems. And malnutrition. This is 9.2% of the global population is undernourished. As Dr. Shekhar already told you, millets are the solution for this. That means it is a powerhouse of the energy and nutrients. Thereby, that can be eradicated by using regular usage of millets at lower cost rather than so for example, if you consume millets, cereals, fruits, that is not possible for all people around the world. For example, African countries, even white tech African countries, even in our country, majority of the people doesn't use those fruits and all. Here, millets play an important role, and it is a solution for explosion of population also. As the population is increasing, population is exploding. To be frank with you, agricultural land is shrinking, and that means when a person is getting small quantity, small area of farming land, with that we can grow more millets. That is one thing. And millets are grown at the period of maximum for within a period of 75 days. That means suppose if you want to grow rice or any other crop, it will maximum two crops you can get it per annum. But whereas here in millets, around 70 days, maybe around three to approximately four crops we can grow. Thereby we can feed the growing demand of food can be met with our millets. Climate change, because of the global warming, erratic rainfall, we are unable to grow or maybe to get the maximum yield from the rice or any other food grains. But millets are the solution for this. Millets are drought tolerant and climate resilient crops. These are all these are all called smart crops also, because they are they can withstand the higher temperature and droughts also. Thereby, these are all because of all these four reasons, growing millets today and tomorrow, it plays an important role for survival of mankind. That is one thing. We have learnt about millets, but we are into ready-to-eat food industry. I'm into ready-to-eat food, ready-to-eat food industry. Why ready-to-eat food industry is growing is both husband and wife are working. They are staying as a nuclear family. They cannot after completing the work they'll not be in a position to cook the food. But whereas here, because of the hectic schedule, both husband and wife prefer ready-to-eat foods actually. And in suppose if we take percentage wise, the demand in the ready-to-eat food market, Indian breads, that is rotis, are in the major demand after biryani, dal makhani, shahi paneer. Next is rotis. Majority of the people prefer rotis. And in 2022-23, ready-to-eat market will grow at the percentage of 9.2%. That is the growth potential. That is the reason why we are into ready-to-eat millet rotis. We prepare ready-to-eat rotis like made out of pearl millet, foxtail millet, brown top millet, ragi, sorghum. These are all the ready-to-eat that can be consumed directly. No need to bake again. No need to roast again. It is roasted. It is not oil fried. These are all very good food for our people, particularly busy people like this. Yeah. And our milletman KhetiValah sir, what he says is, let us bring the millets back to our kitchen, make them an essential part of our staple diet plan, and say goodbye to the emerging health problems. That's what Dr. KhetiValah sir says. And even Mr. Kane Jagdish is a scientist from ICRP KVK. He also says, let us millet and live healthier. That means let make our millets part of our health, part of our diet plan. Let us live a healthier and longer life. That's what he said. Thanks for the opportunity given to me, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Manjunath Garu, and very heartening to see that the millet man of the world is part of your mission and is appreciating products that you have made, that you are holding in your hands.
Yes, sir.
Also, I see the Krishi Vignan Kendra scientist K.N. Jagdish Garu there in Tumakuru. So happy to see this note, and we have a few points. Then we'll take up those questions where both the speakers can answer those questions. I'll just go through for the sake of completion. Yeah, one speaker, Dr. Chandrasekhar, wrote, small seeded cereals are known as millets. Among them, sorghum is known as the giant millet. Thank you, Dr. P. Chandrasekhar Rao Garu. And so one more question is, yeah, from KVdialogues, iOS development is going on. We'll update it for you. So right now, Android application is there. KhetiValah.com is our website. Okay, these are the comments. And if there are any questions, thank you, Dr. Chandrasekhar Garu. Any more questions? Audience can directly ask also. And in the meanwhile, organizers keep the announcement about next programs as well as the feedback form for this session on while we anticipate some random questions from attendees. Once again, I thank all the attendees and speakers, 18 participants and 2 wonderful speakers this evening. It's a Friday evening for you. For some of you, it is a prayer day, but still you could take out time. Really admire your passion for the cause of the farmers in India. Yeah. Anyone has any questions, please ask. Mahesh Reddy, what is the cost of inputs and revenue per acre? So this question, any of the panelists can take up, sir. Mahesh Reddy Garu, thank you for the question. I repeat, what is the cost of inputs and revenue per acre? That is a question from Sri Mahesh Reddy Garu.
That's right.
And yeah, while the question answer comes up, here is an announcement about KhetiSamvad 01. भारत में कृषि मिशनीकरण की स्थिति और चुनौतियां और रणनीतियां. That means how we are having challenges in converting the normal farming with machines. What are the choices and what are the challenges, and what is our strategies to solve those problems? Right. Please carry on with the answers, sir. Any of the panelists can answer Mahesh Reddy Garu question. Where to get the appropriate seeds is another question, Andy. Yeah, we have 2 questions from Mahesh Reddy Garu. Yeah, who wants to take up the answers, sir, like Dr. Shekhar or Manjunath Garu?
I think Dr. Shekhar sir is the right person.
Okay, Dr. Shekhar, please carry on.
I think he's not on.
Okay.
On board. Doesn't matter. He can send me later. That should be fine.
Sure. Fine. You have any comments, Manjunath Garu, about the questions asked? One is that what is the input and revenue per acre? Another is how to get the appropriate seeds.
Sir, I'm not the right person. That is one thing. Because
Okay.
I'm mainly into the millet utilization. That is the one thing. And maybe at present, suppose if you are growing in a larger scale, or maybe adjoining farmers are also joining you to grow millet. Maybe that is a good proposition. Because suppose if one person growing it, thereby all birds will affect your crop. That's what I say. And as
Yeah.
far as the seeds are concerned, maybe Krishi Vignana Kendras or agriculture universities can help them, sir.
Right. And I read out also a question from another participant, ma'am. She asked, mm, where to what are the millet products which are available? It's a very good question because Manjunath Garu can easily answer that. He is dealing with the products.
Yes, sir. Actually, we prepare ready-to-eat millet rotis, madam. This is the product what we prepare, and we sell across Tumkur and nearby, Tumkur and Bangalore city. It is ready-to-eat millet rotis.
As a general consumer, I enjoyed tasting them, and I also went around the shops where sir indicated in and around Bangalore, and I consumed for duration of I think 5 to 6 months continuously. I was consuming that very nice products. Okay,
Thank you,
next
sir.
there is thank you, sir. And next there is our KhetiValah has popped up the feedback form for you all. Please, all of you, take time to click on the link, and that would also ensure your certificate issuance, and that's good thing to do. So thank you. There is a participants, there is a pop-up. Please click on the link forms.gle, that one. You will have your name and other details, and they will ask you a few questions on the session, and your certificate will follow. And every Monday we would have the Hindi session going on. Every Thursday Telugu KhetiValah dialogue. Every Friday English, as it is today. And we have very soon the Tamil and other languages are also on pipeline. Any other questions, comments from the attendees? In the meanwhile, as a gesture of appreciation to the speaker, this is for you, sir. And when we meet you in person, we will also give you token of appreciation and a letter of appreciation from KhetiValah community.
Thank you very
much. There is a question from Hemalata. Sir, are the millets really hard to digest because they have high fiber? See, from the moderator point of view, let me highlight a few good points about millets. They have less calorie, but more fiber and high proteins based on the choices of millets. Since they have high fiber, it is perceived by some people, it may be hard to digest. This question, Manjunath Garu, please elaborate and answer. Remove the apprehensions.
Yeah, and actually, what she says is partly correct. For example, it is a little hard to digest. What we have to do is, before using any millet, we have to soak it for a minimum 4 to 6 hours. Thereby, the fiber content in that, it becomes a little soft, and it will be easy for anybody to digest the food. Soaking is the better, right solution. Soaking and using it minimum 4 to 6 to 8 hours, depending on the millet. You have to soak it. Thereby, you will get the maximum benefit out of it. There will not be any not exactly the side effect, but no irritation. Like, for example, it is very easily digested. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. And I think attendees, any more questions, please let us know.
Yeah, good evening, sir. This is Dr. Chandrasekhar from PJTSAU. I have a question. In spite of so many several advantages, why millets are not making a big inroads? First thing. Second thing is, what is the area under cultivation in millets in general in India and in Telangana state? Because government, it is the right time that government should encourage cultivation of millets for the safety, so safe health. Because very soon Hyderabad is already known as diabetic capital of world. Therefore, it is time that we should erase that memory. My question is how to popularize the use of millets as a daily food for uh, people from Telangana in general, India in particular. Thank you.
With the permission from other learned speakers and for the interest of the general audience, Chandrasekhar Rao sir, as far as I know, in Bangalore there are a good best practices centers, like there is near Mantri Square Mall, there is a Green Path restaurant where millets are the ones which are served, no rice and wheat. But if customer insists, they will cook rice and wheat. Otherwise, all the products they call that as forgotten foods. And if you are in Bangalore, you can try that. And for Telangana, some more anyone else can give comment on that. So carry on. I mean, Manjunath Garu, just answer his question.
Yeah, actually in Bangalore there is one more place called Sri Organics. It is in Malleshwaram, 10th cross. There also you will get purely millet products, even millet foods without maida, without preservatives, without sugar, without refined oil. These are all the products which are available there. Sri Organics. It is in 10th class, Malleshwaram, Bangalore, sir. That is one thing. And one more thing is it is not popularizing. It is there. Popular. It is very popular, but the main drawback is millets are because not all are growing. Because of the sudden usage of the millets. Millets consumption is it has gone up. That is one thing. And one more thing is reachability. The prices are not within the reach of our common man. For example, if you take brown top millet, it is more than 200 rupees per kg. It is very difficult for anybody to use that type of this thing. For that, what government has to do is support small farmers or farmers to grow more millets. In the in our country or in our states, thereby prices will come down. That is one thing, and thereby it can be used very effectively. And suppose one more thing is we have to depend on processed foods, like for example, rather than depending on processed foods, buy millets directly from the shop, cook you yourselves, thereby the maybe pricing the that problem can be solved. That's what I feel, sir. And one more is area wise, I'm not the right person, sir. The area of cultivation, I'm not the right person.
Couple of more pointers. One is the speaker backdrop of the speaker. You have something called Priya Daily, that is there. This is also one source. You have the phone number of the supplier, 9380574994. And I know they see Viva Foods, another people. All of them are. I point out to them not from my commercial interest. I have pure technical interest in serving you the information sharing. I collaborate and I work with all these like-minded individuals who promote use of consumption of millets for good of humanity. So any other questions? Thank you, Hemlatamma. So all of you take time to fill this and also register for the upcoming events. We have a website, kvdialogue.com, where all the programs, dialogues details will be available, and you can autonomously keep registering for all the programs.
Sir, at the outset, I would like to thank. This is first time I am attending this webinar. I would like to thank you very much for this, and it's really informative and highly interactive sessions. We'll be very happy to participate, sir. Let me introduce myself. I have retired as a Dean of Agriculture and Director of Education from Professor J. Shankar, Telangana State Agriculture University. At present, I am on the advisory committee for few of the ICR research institutions, sir. In future, I will make it a point to participate in such healthy and useful discussions, sir. Thank you
Definitely,
very much,
Dr.
sir.
Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, we really admire your time taken and also question asked and interaction. We'll definitely have you as one of the panel speakers and involve you even when we do face-to-face meetings also, we'll try to invite you.
Thank you.
Mahesh
Thank
Reddy
you very
Garu
much,
has
sir.
another
Thank you.
remark. Higher prices should encourage farmers, but why is it not getting kicked off? So this is the question or maybe challenging point. Maybe comment can be answered by again any one of you. Yeah. Price challenge, why it is not getting suppressed? Yeah.
The prices, sir, here the prices, end user will pay high price. But the benefits are not getting, it is not giving to the grower, that is the farmer. The majority of the money will go to the middleman or the processing cycle.
Right.
That means there people are, they are making money, not the farmer, either the farmer or the end user.
For that purpose, KhetiValah is also coming up with a humble beginning of Kheti Corner. We have our own direct to consumer so that we avoid middleman percentage and help you, the farmers, to get a reasonable deal, as well as consumers to not to feel the pinch of their pockets. We are trying to do that. Yes, thank you. So, Sharad ji, if there are not many more questions, you can take a few minutes to see all the processes and then conclude.
We have Professor Vijaya Kadar Madam, former dean from Anu Garu.
Namaste, ma'am. I'll pin you in the group and please come and discuss, ma'am.
Namaste,
Yes, welcome.
I worked a lot on millets, and I got a project from the DBT also. I developed amylase rich foods, carried out the clinical trials in the Anandpur district of Lepatshi Mandal. And so I have done it, and I know the millets are the miracle grains. We are all working together, and including the international organization, especially World Bank. And I tried my level best to introduce the millets in the PDS also, because after my retirement, as long as I was in service, I could not do it. After my retirement, I was millet network of the mini group with the DDS, and then we tried our level best to introduce the millets in the PDS, and I'm really happy for that. That it has been introduced, but implementation level we have to really wait and see. Whatever we talk, because millets have got a lot of health benefits, but when you talk about to prevent the hidden hunger, the micronutrients, the bioavailability we have to really see, because when you talk about the calcium is rich in the ragi is rich in the calcium. Where it is present? Is it in the husk or is it in the endosperm? How far it is available? Bioavailability studies are more important, and biofortification is also very important, because to improve the nutrients from 1.5 to 3% more as compared with the traditional varieties. We have to do a lot, and more than anything else, unless we produce more, it may not be available for the lesser price. That is the common factor. Everyone has to really help the farmer to grow the millets, and based upon their resources and based upon their soil condition and all these things. Then only it will be available to the consumer for the reasonable price. This is my comment, sir.
Thank you very much, Vijay, ma'am. And I see Dr. Shekhar now. There were a few points, Shekhar sir. Quickly, could you just throw your views on that? Like one of them is why the prices are not getting stabilized. High prices will help farmers but not getting kicked off. That's one comment. Another one, in the beginning, the message was what are the challenges associated with producing them? Then
the
in
revenue
spite
and
of
cost,
several
input cost.
In spite of several advantages, why use of millets is not becoming a household item. Some more comments were like, what are the cost aspects? These are some of the questions, like where to get the appropriate seeds. Products we have answered, but input cost question, can you please handle, sir? Shekhar Garu. Yeah, unmute, sir. Sir, you are muted. Yeah. Sir, you unmute. Yes, sir. No, still it is muted, sir. You unmute, sir. We are not getting the voice. Yeah. Yeah, still muted. We make him is Shekhar Garu the presenter, like make sir as the host and see if the mute issue is.
It shows unmuted only.
Unmuted, okay. No, we are not getting your voice, sir. Now it got it was showing mute inside your system, I think. Or maybe you can disconnect and connect back, sir. Yeah, we find that near to your there's a show mute button is open. That from our side we are unable to unmute you.
Sir, meanwhile, let me add some more things, sir. Dr. Vijaya Madam's laboratory, when she was in PJTSAU, they have prepared large number of value-added items, sir, from millets. In fact, they have got a very big incubation center from where they give training to the small scale entrepreneurs. Good evening, madam. This is Chandrasekhar here.
Thank you, thank you.
Madam, how are you? This is
Fine,
Chandrasekhar.
fine.
Yes.
I'm really at least,
Yes.
keeping myself active.
Yeah, yes, madam. I think your lab has done a lot of work on value addition, madam. I remember that.
It is continuing.
Yes.
A lot of products are
Yes,
there.
madam.
Anybody can go and see that incubation center. They have got it.
Yes,
Lot
madam.
of products are there. They are working with the self-help groups and see,
Yes,
actually they got the World Bank project also, because I was also consultant advisor
yes,
for that. And then now especially the popularization of the products is really going on. Whatever we do it, as I mentioned, unless we really improve the production, that means you have to really help the farmers. Then when it is available for the reasonable price, consumer can really use it every day diet. Because of the lifestyle disorders and diseases, I know the millets are really playing a major role. All the doctors are advising, if you go to a doctor, immediately they say, you take ragi java, ragi porridge, or the jawar roti, and all to reduce the blood glucose level because of the fiber content. As
yes,
I told you, it is rich in the micronutrients also. It is really helping to prevent the hidden hunger also, because I am a nutritionist as well as a food science and
yes,
technologist also. So I know everything, but whatever we do, unless the production is coming at a larger level, for that providing of the good quality seeds is a major reason. And another thing is production should be available to all the common person through a special, because in the National Food Security Bill, they have introduced, they have mentioned it, the millets are introduced in the PDS system. But as far as implementation level, especially in Andhra and Telangana, I have not seen. Maybe, of course, in Karnataka, it is really going on very well. I know very well. So this is only my comment. And if you want any of my advice or maybe any of my suggestion in future, I'm really happy to share with that.
In Karnataka, only we get ragi, madam. No other actually. But okay, at least ragi they are giving, it is good.
But
Ragi and jowar.
and not only that, they are introducing in the ICRP programs also.
That is there, and one more thing is there. Yeah, millet malt they are giving. That is one more.
Millet malt and millet laddu, they are really good, because millet malt is preparing. Ragi malt preparation is much easier. Malt is nothing but is in the germination process.
Yes, ma'am.
And it easily helps in the digestion also,
Yeah.
irrespective of the age factor. If you are using consuming the millets as it is, maybe the cooking and different type of varieties of the dishes, it may have some sort of the digestive problem based upon the age of the person or maybe the nutritional status of the individual also. But ragi malt is really easily digested because we are using the process as a millet, the germination process. That is really converting the complex carbohydrate into simpler carbohydrates, is making easily digestible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, please carry on. Ask the question, sir.
Hello. The millets are basically not remunerative for a farmer. And the millet processors ask for, very low prices or mandi prices. If the millet processors buy from mandi, there is no point in farmers producing and taking it to the market and being at the mercy of the traders. It will continue. And there are a couple of things in Karnataka going on. Ragi and jawar are introduced into the PDS system, public distribution system, and that probably would help to some extent. Basically, unless we make millet remunerative, I don't see any future for millet industry in the country. There are some products coming out from startup companies and millet-based batters, idli and dosa batters available in Bangalore market. If such products move on to two-tier cities, then the millet consumption may pick up. And I do not know how KhetiValah can help farmers like us to make millet production remunerative venture.
Good question, sir. I think we'll get back to you. We'll be in touch with you, and our team will have a one-on-one discussion.
Right, sir. Okay.
Now I'm glad to see Dr. Shekhar is back. So if your radio is back.
Yeah, yes, sir. Now.
Yeah, fantastic, sir.
Clear.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So some of your comments about the questions that we pointed.
Especially this availability of seed. I don't know the exact place where he is practicing this millet cultivation, but if you have an approach with the nearby Krishi Vignana Kendras or research stations with the millet schemes and a few NGOs, and if it is if he is from Telangana, one of the source is our research stations. Apart from our research stations like Palem and Tandur Center, and in and around Hyderabad, if it is so, the Indian Institute of Millet Research Rajendra Nagar is also a best place to have the improved varieties seed availability, sir.
Yeah, hope that answered the question about where do we get the seeds in Telangana. So Indian Institute of Millet Research in Rajendra Nagar, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rajendra Nagar, Hyderabad.
Yes, that's one of the answers. Any other thoughts, questions? We will wait for a couple of minutes and then if not. My doubt, ma'am, if complex carbs are converted to simple, will it not cause immediate increase in blood sugar, whereas the whole point of complex carbs is to cause a slow release of blood sugar? Please clarify. This is from Hemalata, ma'am.
Oh. You want me to clarify?
About if complex carbs are converted to simple, it will cause some immediate increase in blood sugar, whereas the whole point of complex carb is to cause a slow release of blood sugar. So regarding the ragi malt, so Hemalata feels that ragi malt might do this problem.
See, I know this is exactly correct. When you talk about the ragi malt, we really try to give it to the small children, okay? And the below 5 years of age, and preschool children to improve the nutritional status, or the pregnant and lactating mothers. Especially when you talk about the diabetic, that is a disease condition. Of course, complex carbohydrates are very important, especially to release the blood sugar slowly. So this is only because when you're talking about that, that's what I've been saying about the nutritional status of the individual. What type of this is mainly ragi malt. See, in the summer, ragi java is really very, very important because it reduces your heat and everything also. And not only that, it provides immediate energy also. So this is mainly diabetic condition is quite different, and the normal nutrition status of an individual is quite different. This is what I'm just trying to say, because when you talk about a lot of the processed foods are really important. But the ragi malt is one of the easiest way of preparing a digestible for them, starting from the children to the geriatrics. This is my answer. Thank you. I hope I have answered it.
About the blood sugar level intake, complex to simple, any answer, quick answer?
No. That is actually because that is okay. That is what I'm just saying. If you are a diabetic patient, maybe the malt that was the simpler sugars may not be useful. The complex carbohydrate, that is what the fiber content. Eat ragi, what you can say, ragi roti or jawar roti we are prescribing. This is mainly depending upon your nutritional status of the, because diabetic is a lifestyle disorder. It is really causing, that is the biggest problem now for us. That is why the millets are coming into the way. This is only particular to the disease condition, that is only the diabetic condition. But the ragi malt is useful to any age in the normal condition.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, Sharath, if there are many other questions which are we ignored, please let me know. So that, we have a phone number of Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, former Dean of Agriculture, Dean of Postgraduate Studies from Professor Jayashankar, Telangana State Agriculture University, Hyderabad. We'll be in touch with you, sir, and the number is also given 9866892000. So if there are no more, and Sudhakar Reddy Garu, namaste and welcome. Sudhakar Reddy Garu has given his speech in one of the dialogues.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions or comments from you, Sudhakar Reddy Garu?
Normally, this Indian Institute of Millet Research must be giving training on and off. And if people join and then gain knowledge, it will be wonderful, if people attend periodically, if they announce through some magazines or anything like that. So I think we should promote the ragi malt or things, especially for aged people. And somehow the cost, the factor is coming into the way. Wherever we go to exhibitions, the costs are found exorbitant. If I don't know whether it is really genuine or whether they are increasing the prices just because they are in short supply. So if one can take care, if they are available in number of places and people start going, habituated to eating these things, then slowly it will pick up. The institutions must play a role through multimedia, say, and then playing in cinema halls. Some charitable institutes, say, must come forward and then make the publicity in the interest of the whole mankind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir, for valuable feedback.
So, in the interest of time, it is almost 8 plus. So, thank you everyone, all the panelists like Dr. Shekhar, Manjunath Garu, and distinguished members from attendees who have given their questions and gave their views. I appreciate each one of you and thank you.